What do you think? Staying at home clicking on eBay, or Leicester Vintage and Old Toy Shop? It's pretty far away, but it could be really fun. Let's go to Leicester Vintage. Hello, hello Explorer. Click, click, click. We could be sat around at home playing on eBay. Instead, click, clack, long train ride later, and we're in Leicester to finally visit bucket list store Leicester Vintage and Old Toy Shop. A little bit nervous to go in there and do some filming because the store itself is a bit of a celebrity shop. But I'm very excited to get in there, and there's bound to be better items in there than you find on eBay. Let's get in there. So my assumption is this shop doesn't really need an introduction because it's pretty famous, but if it's totally new to you, it started life in 2008 when its owner Joe set up in, I think, the local market, specialising in pre-2000s toys, sort of vintage 80s, 90s, and I guess moved around until it got to this current location. But I think the thing that really kind of put it on people's radars was their YouTube channel and their series, Toy Shop on Tour. That's when I first came across them. So it's really cool to finally get here and come and film and make a video all about this place, because it is really awesome. So a little confession, I have actually been here once before. I came here back in February and that was my first time, and it was a real flying visit. So I came with Dave and we just picked up a couple of comics, and I think Joe was like, what about all the amazing toys that we've got? And he's not even here today, so I can't even redeem myself with some even better purchases. Obviously it means I had a bit of an idea of what to expect today, and when you first walk in, it's almost like a welcome desk, the counter at the back of the store, and everyone says hello. Last time Joe came over and said hello, and this time my hosts are Matt and Amy, who were really welcoming and friendly, and they even offered me a drink when I first arrived, so super nice. So the layout, I guess, is dictated by the shape of the shop, and it's almost in two halves. On the right as you come in, you've got some glass cabinets, an island in the middle with kind of what looks like mainly new figures. And then on the left, a nice loop of glass cabinets that all look really well laid out and beautifully presented, really well lit. Everything looks clean and tidy, all the figures look in good condition. And then above the cabinets, it's stacked to the ceiling with all the box figures. And there's a real huge variety of stuff. But the actual displays are just amazing to look at. It reminds me of the displays you'd see in the windows at Christmas. In Birmingham we had Rackhams, and the windows at Christmas would be full with nice displays, and it really reminds me of that. There's all the main figures in the middle, and then each display is kind of detailed at the back with quirky merch, which you know I love, and there's just all sorts of little details and things to spot. Do you want to see what's in them? So if you're familiar with my channel, the main things I like to pick up are robots, retro robots, pocket-sized items and quirky merch. And right now we're at the Vintage Transformer display, then relegated to the bottom shelf are the Rock Lords. I don't know why, they should be pride of place up at the top. I've got a Granite, who I've already got. Marbles, who's kind of got a green face and a brain for a head. And I think the other one's called Spear or Spearhead. And then I'm thinking about getting one of those furry guys, which are the Nalas, and then maybe one of the Rock Lords. The GoBots. First I thought I'd spotted a Leader 1, but on closer inspection I think I'm incorrect. I think it might be one of those Z-Bots. The guy with the red wings, he's quite cool, but it looks like some of his metallic paint's come off, so probably leave him for today. There's so much here to take in. It's pretty overwhelming actually. Physically not a massive store, but the amount of stuff here, it's just endless. There's just so much to see and look at. So quite a nice Thundercats display here. I've always enjoyed Thundercats because I feel quite well represented. And yeah, you got Panthro, you got Tusker Warrior, Captain Shiner, is it Captain Cracker? You know there's not that much going on under that bandana. I mean, it feels a little bit insulting that Captain Shiner, why has he got that name? Is it Diggerty's lack of hairstyle? Whereas you got the heroic Lino with his mighty mane. It's a nice contrast. Thundercats, the only ones I'm collecting are the shrunken down, the like 1.5 inch, 2 inch ones. It looks like they've got a mutant and a Jackalman. They're going into my list that I'm compiling in my head, but will I get them today? Who knows? something I'm a big fan of, but I don't collect, and I've got no real intention of collecting, are Zoids. And I've got one of the Spanish ones. I don't know how connected these are, but it's got the Zoid Star logo on the side of the head, Star Zeta 1. So according to the packet, there's 3 of these. I'm more familiar with British Zoids, the UK comic of course, really great read, and Zoid's Chaotic Century. I collected original Zoids and Zoids 2. I'm not going to pick this guy up today, but pretty cool packaging. It's actually quite tempting. Now, I don't think I'd have seen this on eBay, so nice benefit of coming out here. I think I've seen them in a Toy Galaxy video ages ago, so yeah, wouldn't have even thought to have looked for this on eBay. Centurions, I don't know anyone that had those as a kid. Everyone liked the cartoon. The nearest I got was to build Lego armour and encase the minifigs in it. And that was my version of Centurions, mainly just Ace McLeod because he was the coolest one. He could fly. I mean, the water guy. Boring. Galaxy Rangers, it's been a very long time since I've watched this series. I remember as all 80s cartoons had, very slickly animated opening sequence. And that guy, the leader, I remember he had a bionic arm, which I don't remember it being covered in the series. So presumably he was in some kind of horrific accident and had his arm blown off. Probably a good thing that wasn't in the cartoon. Loads of the displays here are really impressive, but I think the best 2, or is it 1 split into 2, is just as you come into the left, there's kind of I don't even know how to describe it, a bit of everything, 2 cabinets, really beautifully lit, and just absolutely bursting with just a bit of everything. A-Team, random dinosaurs, Dungeons and Dragons figures, even more out my price range. They're quite nice. They're like, I guess, little plastic, painted or PVC figures. I don't know these characters. They look like kind of knockoff R2-D2s, but I really like them. They'd fit in really well with my retro robot collection. And on the random stuff shelf, GE5P. that famous guy, or XY6. I wonder what they're from. Commander Arnold Schwarzenegger busting out of the Trumpton Castle, I think. It's a British stop motion animation. Could this be a second chance of the GoBot? This one looks in way better condition. All the silver's intact. Hopefully his joints are good. Maybe we'll find out later. Awesome Jetsons vehicle. I really love that atomic, was it Atomic 60s art style that the Jetsons had. I think these two cabinets themselves could be a shop, but there's so much in them. A little taste, I guess, of everything that represents the shop. Just incredible. So I think I'm one of the last people around to finally get around to visiting Leicester Vintage properly, but I'd highly recommend it, and it's really easy to get to because it's in a city. There's loads of parking. I came on the train about an hour from Birmingham and then a 15-minute walk. Plus, as it's in Leicester, you've got loads of bonus places to visit. You've got Super Game Shack, which is a retro video game shop, and on weekends it's an arcade bar upstairs. So you can make a real kind of weekend of it. Plus, I think coming soon they've got something called Henshin, which is, I think, anime and manga themed. They haven't really released many details of it yet. I'll put the links below for their social media. So that's another reason for me to come back in the future. So multiple walk-arounds, paying off. That little ball there, the Ghostbusters one, I don't remember what it is, but I remember they did them for all sorts of different toy lines, so it falls into that pocket-sized item, quirky merch. I think there was something inside of it, and I'm sure it's a little heavier than it looks, and it glows in the dark, so it doesn't do very much. It's the kind of thing that I haven't even thought about since I was a child, so really nice to see. And it comes in at a nice £10, so very, very tempting. Definitely wouldn't have thought to have looked for that on eBay. One for the mental shopping list. So much more to see and discover than if I just sat around at home scrolling through the internet or clicking at things on eBay. There's stuff I wouldn't have even ever thought of, looked for, searched for, even come across, I don't think. There's mountains of stuff everywhere, plus it's a shop full of character and colour and just great people as well. There's so much here to see, plus on top of that you get the journey, you get the adventure, the story, the train ride, lots of excitement, lots of fun things to see and do and conversations to have. These are the reasons to get out and explore, but As much as I enjoy all the heartwarming, positive things, it's also about buying stuff, and I really want to do some pickups because I've come across so many great things today. Purchase is complete, very happy, good prices. I got the little robot, it turned out to be a Playmobil robot, and I got the Ghostbusters ball, Rocklord, GoBot, put monsters in my pocket, all of my favourite boxes ticked. But Leicester Vintage, it was great. I really enjoyed it here. And it feels like it's more than just a toy shop. Like, for the locals, it's a community, a place for them to come and hang out. They do what sounds like a really interesting social club called 5 o'clock Club once a month. So I really want to try and come back for that. Today has been an all-round great experience. A big thanks to Matt and Amy for being such great hosts. Really enjoyed chatting to those guys. And that's the big difference between sitting at home on eBay. You can get some stuff that you want, but here I was exposed to way more than I think I'd come across at home. So Leicester Vintage Toys, I'll definitely be back. You should come here too. If you've enjoyed this, click left to see my last toy hunting video, Retro D with Gav, or click right in a couple of weeks where I'll be doing some Shakespearean toy hunting. So click right to see that. See you soon, explorers. Have a great day.